My name is Angela Michael, and this is my story.
Do you want to listen to what they have to say, or would you rather find out the truth with me? In August of 2012, my story about the discovery of two sites that could be potential new pyramid complexes in Egypt went viral. One site was north of Lake Fayum in an area that was underwater in the past. The other site was farther south of the lake, due west of the small town called Abu Sidhum. The story about the discovery of possible new pyramids traveled around the world in less than 3 days, and I became inundated with people congratulating me. I was astounded by the response, but somewhat upset as the gist of the story was overlooked by most people. What I desperately needed was help on the ground to confirm these sites were actual pyramid sites by ground proofing them. A short time after my press release was published by Discovery News and it reached the Cairo newspapers, I was contacted by an Egyptian couple with an incredible story. They were collectors of rare documents and maps, and they claimed they could confirm both sites I had identified were pyramid complex sites. According to their story, they had in their collection old documents and rare papyrus writings that revealed who built the pyramids at both sites, how to enter them, and the secrets that were contained within them. The site north of Lake Fayum and the Abu Sidhum site were both labeled pyramids on several rare maps they had in their possession. I investigated their claims and found that one of their maps was very rare and was donated by the couple to a famous museum in Egypt. The estimated value of this map was over $500,000 at the time of the donation. In December of 2012, I left for Egypt to meet the couple and view their evidence. Once in Egypt, the story they proceeded to tell me was very compelling. The documentation for the site north of Lake Fayum was contained within 4 sources they had cited and showed to me, which included a very old map. According to their sources, these pyramids were taller than the pyramids at Giza and were completely buried by the ancient Egyptians. They told me the pyramids were buried to hide the pharaoh's identity who built these grand structures, perhaps due to controversy involving his reign. We decided what is needed next is to confirm there are pyramids buried at the location north of Lake Fayum by collecting ground-penetrating radar data at the site. From a 1925 dig documented in a rare book, the archaeologists surveying the site concluded it was a natural mound site that contained watchtowers built on top of the mounds. However, no one has ever tried to obtain ground-penetrating radar data of this site, and few have seen the rare documentation the Egyptian couple shared with me on my trip. In the book The Desert Fayum by Gertrude Thompson and Eleanor Gardner, the archaeologists could only theorize as to why there were watchtowers built on top of mound formations. The theory most accepted was the watchtowers were guarding agricultural fields. If the story I was told is true, perhaps the watchtowers were guarding a great secret and protecting the location of buried pyramids. The story grows even more interesting. In March of this year, I was contacted by an expedition team in Egypt. They had decided to go to the Abu Sidhum site and asked me what I could utilize from their trip. The prospect of finally seeing the site from the ground was very exciting for me, and I requested they provide video and any evidence they could find that the site was artificial. They were also planning on using a metal detector and a cavity detector at the site to check for underground cavities and any signs of gold or metal within the mounds. Upon returning from their trip, I was sent amazing video and pictures, and I was told the site tested positive in all 4 mounds for both gold and cavities, which suggested the site was indeed a lost pyramid complex. The team members were all very excited and were convinced I had found a lost pyramid site. The video and photographic evidence revealed the mounds did indeed resemble pyramids that were eroded sometime in the distant past by water. Further evidence included pottery shards which were found extensively all over the site, and an identified area that could be a temple or a habitation site near the mounds. We also believe we have found a row of tombs called mastabas that can be seen around many pyramid complex sites. The team used non-invasive techniques and gathered interesting information from the locals that the site could be very ancient in origin. After working with the Egyptian expedition team, we decided to join forces, and they are now helping me ground-proof more sites I have identified in Egypt. The goal now is to go back to Egypt with a reliable ground-penetrating radar system that will help confirm the initial findings of cavities at the Abu Sidhum site made by the expedition team. We will also be obtaining ground-penetrating radar data from the Fayum Lake site that may contain the lost pyramids, and we will be documenting our story with video for a future production. Help us find out if lost pyramids have been found, and help support our efforts to uncover truth and lost history in Egypt.
Thank you very much for your support. My nonprofit, the Satellite Archaeology Foundation Incorporated, was created to help research, explore, and discover new sites via satellite archaeology. I cannot do this alone, and my quest for the truth involves many more sites I have identified all over the world. With your help, we can promote new discoveries and rewrite history. Thank you.